Good buzzer YouTube, what's up? How's it going everybody? Hopefully y'all are having a good day today. Have for y'all a pretty good Wi-Fi battle I had against Rasa off of my Discord. Of course, if you guys would ever like to battle me on Discord is where I mainly take challenges when I am looking for battles, so feel free to accept when I am looking for battles. And some of you guys recently have been leaving comments asking about background music. I always make sure to leave the background music after the team preview occurs, so just kind of look at the top of the screen so you can see the name of the background music that I'm using. So yeah, just for future reference so you guys can know. But if you guys do enjoy the video, hit that like button down below, answer the common question of the day, which was at the beginning of the video, guys. Thank you again for your support, and we can go ahead and get right into this. So I'm using a pretty cool team that I got off of Harris's Discord that I believe was made by Pearl, who I believe is a very good Smogon player, and I really liked it because he had NInetales and Seismitoad, two mons you don't typically see in the UU tier. As my opponent's biggest threats were going to be this Lucario and Mamoswine, mainly because switching into them is going to be a bit of a pain, but he actually ends up leading off directly with the Lucario, as I ended up leading off with my Scizor, actually expecting him to lead off with Mamoswine. In turn one, I'm going to be able to pick up a very crucial KO, because getting rid of this Lucario means that I no longer have to worry about it potentially coming in, Swords Dancing late game, and sweeping me. I was actually pretty close to going for the U-turn there. Very happy that I ultimately ended up superpowering because I was able to get rid of the Lucario. As in comes the Mega Pidgeot. I don't really have too many switch-ins to this outside of my Assault Vest, Alolan Muck, and my Mega Aerodactyl here. I guess I could switch into Latios, but he could definitely go for the U-turn. But I did expect him to just want to make the aggressive play here. I actually thought that he would go for the Heat Wave. This way I could get an aggressive free switch into my Mega Aerodactyl. Plus, I don't want my Alolan Muck to take any unnecessary damage on the off chance that I needed to deal with the Celebi later in this match. Plus, I knew that Aerodactyl could take any hit that Mega Pidgeot typically carry. Plus, if he did go for U-turn, then it wouldn't have done anything to me. So I will be able to Mega Evolve this turn, guarantee outspeeding the Mega Pidgeot, and I will be able to at least go for the Stone Edge to potentially knock it out or get off some nice damage on whatever comes in. As I catch the incoming Mamoswine, I'm not gonna lie, I was very terrified that I was gonna miss Stone Edge there. Like I had it set in my mind that I'm just gonna miss Stone Edge and I'm not gonna break a potential Focus Sash. So I do luckily hit the Stone Edge as I make a safe switch into my Seismitoad. I honestly expected him to want to go straight for the Stealth Rocks, but he did make a good play there and going for the knockoff, knowing that I wouldn't want to leave in my Mega Aerodactyl against a Mamoswine. So I will be able to take this chance to get up my Stealth Rocks, as I could have also potentially gone for my own knockoff, predicting the Celebi to come in, but in the long run, getting up rocks is going to be way more beneficial to me because I can start getting off that very crucial chip damage, chip damage, I don't know how to English apparently, on the Mega Pidgeot and the rest of his team. So I'm able to bring in my Alolan Muck here, as he does make a really good play there. He knows I'm not going to stay in, and he's going to go for the U-turn into his Drapion. Unfortunately, I cannot do anything to Drapion, and I don't want to take a potential Earthquake, so I end up making an aggressive switch here back into my Mega Aerodactyl. And if this was a offensive Drapion, this Earthquake actually would have done way more damage than this, and then this knockoff actually would have been able to knock him out, because I knew that I could switch into one knockoff, but I wouldn't be able to take two if he was running a max attack. But it turns out that he is more of a defensive set, which means I will be able to 2-hit KO him before he's able to 2-hit KO me, which is excellent because now I can save my Mega Aerodactyl to possibly still check the Celebi. Although because Celebi has U-turn, I'm thinking that maybe it's running Choice Scarf or something along those lines, a choice set in some way, because he's not going to be a boosting Celebi with U-turn. So I'm going to try to be a little bit cheeky here in hopes to save my Mega Aerodactyl on his Ice Shard from the Mamoswine, but Rasa catches me. Not only does he catch me on that play, but he catches me again this next turn, because I expected him to bring in the Celebi now, and I was like, okay, I'm going to knock off Celebi, but no, he stays in with no fear, and he's going to be able to 2-hit KO my Seismitoad after knocking me off earlier in the match. So that is a little bit annoying, because being able to have at least knocked out this Mamoswine while saving my Seismitoad meant that I had another sack, but now I'm going to be forced to bring in my Alolan Ninetales here. But the good thing about, not my Alolan Ninetales, sorry, my regular Ninetales here, and the good thing about this is that in the sun, nothing that he has is safely going to switch into the combination of Solar Beam plus an Inferno Overdrive. So realistically, I lose nothing in just making the safe play by going straight for the Solar Beam this turn. Plus, I don't have to risk missing Hypnosis, and I don't have to risk first missing Fire Blast, and then this Mamoswine destroying me with an Earthquake. So I'm able to knock out the Mamoswine as he makes a bit of an odd play here, and he ends up bringing in Sylveon. The reason why I thought he was going to do this was because he was going to try and Wish Protect around my Sun, or he was just going to try to get off some damage on me. So expecting him to want to go for the Protect or the Wish, I go straight for the Nasty Plot as he actually goes for the Hyper Voice, and it turns out that he is Choice Specs because that did entirely too much damage. As this turn I'm at +2 in the Sun, I'm clicking Inferno Overdrive, and something on his team is going to get absolutely annihilated because I am convinced that Sylveon is Specs. I'm not worried about the Protect. If he wants to switch out into something else to come in to take the hit, it's gonna get absolutely incinerated. So at +2 in the Sun, an Inferno Overdrive is a guaranteed KO on max HP, max special attack Sylveon, which I guess was really worst case scenario if he was Specs, as he ends up bringing in the Mega Pidgeot here. It turns out that after Rocks, Hurricane only had about a 12% chance to knock out my Ninetales, so it does make sense that he wanted to bring in Sylveon first to get off that extra damage to guarantee the KO with the Hurricane here, because if I had lived the Hurricane and I knocked him out with the Fire Blast or an Inferno Overdrive, Ninetales would have just been able to beat Sylveon and Celebi 1v1 at that point. So he did make the correct play there in bringing in the Sylveon first, as I'm going to bring in my Scizor here. I know that a Bullet Punch isn't going to knock him out, but I just want to do enough damage to the point where I can safely revenge kill this Mega Pidgeot with my Latios. Since I am Scarfed, I am not worried about him potentially outspeeding me, and if for some reason he does want to try to switch into Celebi here, Pidgeot is definitely in range of where Rocks are going to knock him out. So at this point I can't just safely go for the Psychic, as down goes the Mega Pidgeot. He is going to end up bringing in his last Mon here, which is the Celebi. I am locked into Psychic, but as I mentioned earlier, I'm very convinced that this is not a setup variant of Celebi. Typically, I don't see setup plus U-turn on Celebi. The only Pokemon that you typically see setup plus U-turn on is Sword Zan's bulky Scizor, which is a pretty decent set because you still get stab off U-turn and you can bluff not being able to set up here. But because he did have U-turn, very convinced he wasn't going to set up in any way, so I'm able to sack off my Mega Aerodactyl. This will now give me a switch into my Muck, and this is where I'm really happy that I did not allow Muck to take any unnecessary damage earlier in the match, because if he had the Earth Power there, it would have been able to do some decent damage to me. But he ended up going straight for the Leaf Storm. I'm guessing he really has no move to be able to hit my Alolan Muck, and I will be able to eventually beat the Celebi 1v1. I guess he could have potentially gone for the Recover this turn, but even if he had done that, again, as you can see there, Leaf Storm does nothing to me, and I'm guessing Leaf Storm was his hardest hitting move to hit my Alolan Muck, considering that I'm Assault Vested, and again, he probably doesn't have the Earth Power, so I'm going to be able to knock him out with a Gunk Shot, and that is going to be the narrow to a victory in my favor. So very good game to Rasa there. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the quick match. Make sure to hit that like button down below and answer the comment question of the day, guys. Thank you all again for the great support. With that being said, I'll see y'all tomorrow with 2 more uploads. So later, everybody.
No matter where you're at, I'm not here to make friends, it's time to attack and deplete your HP with a final smash. Don't make me turn around and pull a 6-foot hacks. 6 foot hacks. Yeah. 6 foot hacks. Yeah. 6 foot hacks.